Hi, Leo. This is your reading for the time period of November 1st to November 18th, 2019. For those of you who are new to my channel or you're just visiting, welcome to Amani's Light Work, okay? So, what's on my channel that's very open is the Keys to Akasha section. There, I do cover news stories, I cover celebrity passings, I cover missing persons reports, etc. If you do have an inquiry about that section of my channel, please feel free to email me at ifadivination777@gmail.com or send me a direct message to my IG at AmaniIfe777. Okay, so you are the second to last one that I'm doing. Gemini is the last that I'm doing. Okay, so they'll be second. All right, so of all the signs that I've done. I usually do these. In the past, I used to be able to do these in one day. I used to be able to do all the signs in one day, but that has changed. Because as the years go by, the longer you channel, the more you increase the ability there. Okay, so let's see what's going on with you, Leo, for the first half of November. We are going into Scorpio season. Okay, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. All right. All right, Leo. So the Three of Wands energy, it's so quiet. I just feel like it's really quiet. That could be that you need. That could literally be something that you need. I say quiet in the sense where I get workplace quiet in the sense where your workplace maybe Aries isn't there, so your workplace may be quiet. But the only reason for that is the Aries and the Sag may not be there, but they're on vacation. So those two elements are on vacation. So you may have it could be a home environment. You may live with them, but brings business in home. If you live with those elements, you may run a business with those elements inside of your home or their home. Someone may have a what do you call it? Someone may have an office, like their own private office. The Aries does. The Aries may have their own private office inside of their house. The Sag may have that kind of, but partner doesn't want. So the Sag wanting that or the Sag having that, a partner doesn't want. So Aries element could be the Sag partner. Or the Sag, if the Aries element is the Sagittarian energies partner, have a private office, like private office in the sense where like a private office either inside of their home or private office in the sense they may have a private office. I get a lawyer. They have a private office, or their lawyer has a private office in another state, or that could be where they travel to, but also have a house. They also have a house wherever their lawyer is. So this is like having more than one lawyer in between states, or having one lawyer in one state that you having a lawyer in a state that you reside in, and having another for different situation, having another for a totally different situation, from having another one for a totally different situation that lives in a different state, in a different province, in a different town, so that resides with Aries. So all of that resides with the Aries element there, and the Sag are just the Aries element. But that could be how they do business and protect homes. So that could be how they do their business, and that's also how they protect their homes if they have homes. Or you could be one that is joined in with those elements to do that, but don't want to see you somewhere. So when I said that they may not want to see you, they may not want to see you in a situation here, but they may not be voicing that. So it just depends on what's going on. Not wanting to see you in a situation. It could have some lawyer visits. It could have something to do with the visits that they. It could have something to do with the trips that they make to their lawyer's office. And for some reason they may not want you to find out what they're doing with that. They may not want you to find out what they're doing specifically with that. So it could be a lawyer that they see in the same state that you live in with them, or it's a lawyer that they go out of state for, that they've been, it's a lawyer that they may go out of state for, that they may not want you to know why they're going to see that lawyer that's out of state. But you may know, you may know the lawyer, you a little bit. You may know the lawyer that is out of state, or you, or in another country, or you know the lawyer that is in the same, that is in the same state as the Aries and the Sag element. Like you may know that lawyer, or you may know, you may know why they have that lawyer for that specific reasons. There's different reasons that there's different lawyers for different situations, and you only know one, but you don't know the reason that the other one is needed. So it just depends on what's going on. So the not wanting you there, the not wanting you somewhere is that you could be a part of a business with them, but there's certain things that they don't want you to relay. There's certain things that they may think that you're going to relay to other people in a business deal, and that could be why they only give you, that could be why they give you limited information on what is really happening in a business deal. If it's a business deal kind of situation, it could be family. You may run business with your family, and that could be the same kind of interaction that you have with Aries in the Sag element. They're secretive and lawyers, and only introducing you to one lawyer, but have many. Only introducing you to one, but they may have many. Okay, or you have that with them, but some is limited. The Magician card is here in the starting point, but use mysticism. So the Magician card is here because that could be something that you do, but they do that. So the Magician card is the external fire sign energies, but more than one Aries. So the external fire sign energies, there's more than one Aries element there. Could be more than one Sag that use mysticism. Those elements use mysticism, either like mysticism in a sense where it could be prayer, like more than that. They may use prayer, but they utilize more than prayer to keep a business running, to protect a business, to protect their homes. But I get a lawyer, so a lawyer that they have could be mystical, but a lawyer that they have could be mystical, but something about the lawyer being mystical they may not know, or you may not know. But I found that out. So when I said it, I found that out. So mystical, and it's however you want to look at mystical, because this could be a situation here. It's giving me a feeling of like I don't know if it's like a priest, or like a priest, or what do you call it? A priest, a pastor, mason, a priest, or a pastor that a Aries and a Sag element are tied to. They're a mason. I did say in some other readings, like in the past with Aquarians readings and Aries readings, that like a lot of pastors around the United States, or just popes, pastors, priests of any kind, they may, some of them, I mean not all of them, but maybe, yeah, they have those they uphold those Masonic indoctrinations there, and that could be something that the Aries didn't know. That could be something that the Aries didn't know. This could be, if it's not a priest or a pastor of some kind that those fire sign energies visit, but they know, they know. Okay, a lawyer that an Aries and a Sag element is tied to is a Mason. That's one situation. Yes, that would make sense. They are a Mason, or the Aries and the Sag element. They go to a priest, or they go to a pastor for help to protect their base. I almost need protect their mason, protect their businesses and their homes, and new ones and old ones, and taxes and things. They go to a lawyer to protect that. The lawyer is a mason, or they go to a priest for prayer. They go to a priest or a pastor for prayer. That priest or that pastor is a mason. The Aries doesn't know. The Magician card is that Aries element may not know that for some reason, and that could be where the mysticism, and that could be the Sag knows that. That could be where the mysticism and the spirituality and things are, in terms of, and business partners, and business partners utilizing something mystically to protect businesses and houses, and lawyers and secretive lawyers that are Masons, secretive lawyers and things of that nature that are Masons that live in other states. But Aries wants to join that. So when I said that the Aries element, the Sag may already know, but the Aries element may want to join that, but don't want her to. So when I said you don't want an Aries element to, whether male or female, you don't want them to, but the Sagittarian energies may already be in something. Just depends on what's going on. So this feels like a situation here with the Magician and the Three of Wands energy. and the 3-1 doesn't know something is mystical, or doesn't know something is mystical, or the Aries and the Sag don't. So, and it has something to do, or just one of them do, that a lawyer is a Mason, or you yourself could, for myself, you yourself could have hooked up a lawyer, or you could have visited a priest or a pastor for yourself, but those elements are Masons there. But for some reason, someone doesn't know. Need to study. Someone doesn't know, and they may need to study into that. It just depends on what's going on, or one of those elements wants to be a part of that, and that could be why that one of those elements wants to be a part of that community, and so that could be why they're going out of state to visit a particular lawyer that's a Mason. And that could be early, from the beginning of the reading. That could also be why they're not sharing with you why they're traveling out of state. And you know that, or you don't know that. You know a lawyer is a Mason. You don't know a lawyer is a Mason. Or they're going to visit them to they're going to get initiated. They're visiting them out of state, but they're telling you, I'm just going for a meeting. I'm just going to go meet with my lawyer. But their lawyer is a Mason, and then their lawyer could be taking them to a Masonic temple and things of that nature to get initiated and things of that nature. But why am I being left out? So 3 of Wands with the Magician, why am I being left out of that? So it just depends on what's going on. So if it's not anything going on with Masonry and initiations and lawyers being Masons and priests and pastors, and going to see them, and not knowing they're Masons, whatever the situation, not knowing that, or the Aries not knowing that, if it's not anything like that, the Magician with the 3 of Wands energy, I didn't comply. You just want the fire sign energies to comply with you, and complying with you, inviting you places. Complying with you means complying with them. Complying with you means inviting you to certain places, inviting you. I get a lodge, and inviting you to a Masonic lodge, inviting you to what do you call it? The Masonic lodge, inviting you to like one of those, like a private party run by Masons, private parties and all white parties and things of that nature run by Masons. And it's something I feel extracted from that. You may feel extracted from that for some reason, because either you are extracting yourself from that environment on purpose, or they are trying to or they are moving this way with you and not telling you what they're really going away for. So it doesn't even have, if it's not anything tied into Masonry, there's just secretive business deals and meetings that they have going on with lawyers that you have connected to them, or that they have by themselves, and they don't want you to know what they're doing with those lawyers, or they don't know what, or they don't want you to know what they're doing with business with those lawyers, and it's, or you may only know a little bit of that information. So it just depends on what's going on. You're waiting on the Temperance card. That's the Sagittarian energy there. Okay, so the Magician with the Sag, but they stole something. So this element, whether they're male or female, doesn't matter. This energy, they may have stole something from you, or an Aries element, but wants Aries away. So if it's a Sag, they may want an Aries element. Something is current, or that's from the beginning of the reading. Both of them, or just the Sag or just the Aries, they're currently away. They may be currently away, but something's going on stealing. Something's just going on with this element and stealing. So either it's both of them, or it's just the Sag, and the Aries is away. But the Sag holds something for the Aries. The Sag holds something for the Aries element, or vice versa. I don't want to keep doing this. I'm looking at them, and you're like, I don't want to keep doing this. If it's not just the Sag, it's just Temperance energy to a business deal. Asks you to hold information. It's just Temperance energy to a business deal, because the Sag and the Aries, or just the Sag, asks you to hold Aries information. They ask you to hold the Aries elements information. Why do I need to do that? So the Magician, 3 of Wands with the Temperance. Why do I need to hold Aries things? Why do I need to hold? They're not even telling me why they're going. They're not even telling me why they're taking a business trip without me, or they're not even telling me why they're taking a business trip or excursions, or they're not telling me the truth into why they're even vacationing, period. It's to meet with a pastor. It's to meet with a Mason. It's to meet that the pastor is a Mason. It's to meet with a lawyer that's a Mason. Just to meet with a lawyer. And they're asking you. Someone's paranoid about the Aries element. Someone's paranoid about one of these external fire signs, because they're asking you this. They're paranoid because they don't want to leave. They may not want to leave certain things at home. They may not want to leave certain things in a drawer. They may not want to leave certain things in a drawer in their home. So someone's paranoid about that. that the Aries and the Sag is doing that, but they're asking you, and Scorpio, they're asking you and a Scorpio to hold those their IDs, hold their IDs for them. The paranoid feeling is the paranoid feeling with that is if they're thinking that if they leave their IDs and things of that nature at home in a drawer, police are going to get to it. So they're thinking that police are going to get to those things. Why do they keep doing this? Every time I go on these examples, why do they keep doing that? Why do they keep asking me? And why do they keep asking me in the Scorpio hold their identifications, hold their birth certificates, hold their information and IDs? And why they but they're flying. So when I say IDs, they're flying out. So they could be flying, they could be driving. Just depends on however whatever mode of transportation those elements are taken, or just the Sag or just the Aries ask you to hold information. They're moving like this with you, but they're asking you to hold information. They're not telling you why. They want you to hold their information. They want you in a Scorpio or just you to hold their information like that. But I'm scared. So the Temperance energy with the Magician, I'm scared. Three of Wands energy, I'm scared. My business partners, their moves, the moves that your business partners are making may make you your family. If they're separate, if they're not family and they're external from your family, the moves that your business partners are making may be scaring your partners, maybe scaring your lovers, maybe scaring your family. But they don't want you to deal with them anymore. So if that's the case, your family external, like Scorpio, or if this isn't the same family that you do business with, energies like Scorpio external energy, whatever Cancer energies like Scorpio, water sign energies think that you may need to pull out there. But the Sag may not want you to pull out. Someone is a catalyst, so they could be the catalyst for what's happening here, or it's their objectives and their needs that make Aries go off. It's their objectives and their needs that make an Aries element go off. It just depends on what's going on. But I'm tired of holding their things, but just put it in a safe. So when I said you being tired of holding their things, you're telling the Aries, just put your IDs and copies of birth certificates and things, and just put those things in a safe. You're telling the Sag, just put your things in a safe, but still don't trust. So those energies may be scared to use safes or accounts. It just depends, or storages, and Aries did that. The storages of Aries did that. Aries may have put their stuff in a storage in another state. The Aries element could have moved their stuff to a storage desk in another state with a Sag, or they did it by themselves. Or something's going on with those elements and IDs and documents that they don't want to travel with because they think they're going to get checked. They don't want to travel with major documents because they think they're going to get checked when they go. That situation where you right before you board the plane, they may be thinking they're going to get checked there, or thinking that someone is going to take that stuff from them when they do go through that. When they do go through what do you call that? When they do go through the machines, like the metal detectors and things of that nature, they may not want to be checked there. And that could be why at home. That could be why they're leaving important documents at home. But travel with copies. So they leave certain documents at home or in their office or in their at home office. They leave that stuff at home, but they those elements, they travel with copies. They travel with copies, but they may not be traveling with the official copies. They're traveling with copies of the official copies of the official documents. They're traveling with those. That's why the Temperance energy is there with the Magician card. Well, so they're traveling with those things. They potentially leaving their stuff in safes. You're trying to give them that idea. Sag is paranoid, Aries is paranoid. Someone doesn't feel official document. Somebody doesn't feel comfortable with traveling with their official documents. So they're leaving their official documents with you, or they're leaving it at home in their office in a safe. They can't get into. So when I said that somebody either is scared of doing that, or they did do it, or they did listen to you and they did do it, or they did it on their own, and you're like, I can't get into it. Hence the reason for why they were even skeptical. Hence the reason for why they were even skeptical of just leaving their stuff in a drawer, like the Spirit said earlier on in the reading. Hence the reason for them even being skeptical into leaving their stuff in a drawer, leaving their stuff in a pillowcase, leaving their stuff like underneath a bed. It just depends on the situation there with the Temperance and the Magician card. The Nine of Cups energy is in the present there, but water signs. I was getting Scorpios, I was getting Cancer and Pisces. They don't want to deal with Aries. So when I ran through all the water signs, they don't want to deal with Aries. What is she doing? The Nine of Cups, what is the Aries element doing? Like something doesn't make any sense. Either it's those two elements that some a move that they're making doesn't make any sense, or it's just the Aries their moves. The Aries moves don't make any sense. Their moves don't make any sense. But Cancer wants them to stop. So the Nine of Cups energy, the Cancer wants an Aries to stop. Cancer wants one Sag. A Cancer only wants one Sagittarian energy to stop. So if the spirit is giving examples, all of them, the spirit is talking about the Aries element. It's multiple Aries elements that need to be still. They need to get out or they need to stop some type of move that they may not necessarily need to get out of a business deal. That could be something that you prefer. That could be something that the water sign energies prefer. They may not necessarily need to get out of a business deal. It's just something is odd about their objective, or a particular move that with the Sag, a particular move that they're making with a Sag is why someone may the water sign energy that you may want them out because it's becoming out there. So a move that they're doing is becoming really out there, and that could be why the water sign energy is suggesting that they back out. But Sag may not want them to. So when I said it, a Sag may not want them to. They protect them. They safeguard their things and wallets and whatever it is. Well, that's why the Nine of Cups energy is in the present. If it's not anything like that, Three of Wands, the Magician with the Temperance card with the Nine of Cups could be your own vacation for business. Could be your own vacation that you're taking for business, but your business partners don't want you to leave. Temperance, your business partners may not want you to leave, but the Nine of Cups energy, the reason into why they have their things, the reason into why they don't want you to leave yet, or they're away. Or they're away. Okay, I see what's going on here. They're away. They're the time period that the time period that your business partners or whatever situation is going on here. The time period that your business partners are away, or your lovers, or however you want to look at partners. The time your partners are away is that's the time hold their things. That's the time that you're supposed to hold their things. But wait till we get back. So the Nine of Cups energy in the present is wait till we get back. So you need to wait for Aries and a Sag element to. You need to wait for Aries and a Sag your things. You need to wait for those elements to come back with your things. So you yourself may a business travel. You yourself may need to make a business travel out of nowhere, but you can't leave because because the reason why you can't leave yet is because you have their things. And if you official copies, if you leave with the Sag and Aries official copies to go on your own business venture, your own trip, whatever it is, your own travel that you're taking, if they left their official copies with you. If you leave with them, and they come back, they're gonna lose their mind. If you leave before they come back with their things, but leaving it with someone else. So when I said that, you could be trying to figure out a way to leave it with the water signs, but don't want to hold stuff for Aries. They don't want to hold the Aries elements documents or things, or that's why that element was trying to use safes and storages and being paranoid about using safes and storages. And you can't leave until they come back. So when they come back is when you could give them their things. And then you could go on your business then you can go on your business venture or your trip that you're trying to take. But they have you, and the reason for that Temperance energy, the reason for that is because they also copies of your things. They also have copies of things. But we need to have a discussion. So when they come back, you need to have a discussion with them, to see, I get a trial. So it could be court, those elements may be doing that kind of thing because of court and going to visit lawyers. And the court is the missing part. So you may be missing vital information about a court visit that they had to take. And that could be why that could be why they travel with their documents to another state. And they didn't tell you because it has something to do with copies and having your things. And I didn't want to be there. Copies and having your things. I didn't want to be there. You may not have been given a court order to even be there with them. It may have been them. It may have been just them only that had that. It may have been just them only that you may not even needed to be there. Something could be going on here with prosecutions and legalities and things of that nature. So either that's something that they're doing secretively with a lawyer that you don't know, or you do know about it. or you do know about it, and they told you to stay behind. You do know about it, and they just told you to stay behind for whatever reason they needed to do that for. That's why the Nine of Cups energy is there. Water signs are tired. The water sign energies are tired of Sag and Aries and secrecy. They're tired of their secrecy. The way they move with you could be the way the fire sign energies external move with you. The way they move with you is could be the same way they deal with the water signs, and that could be why the water sign energies told you to pull out from that situation with them, because they're not telling you everything, and they have your things, and they're traveling to other states with your stuff. Maya gave them permission. So if some part of this you did give them permission to do that, some part of it you did, but another half of it you may not. Sag didn't tell you. Another half a Sag didn't tell you. Another half a Sag may not be trying to tell you there. But should I call? So when I said they're not telling you something there, should I call them? Should I call the Aries? Cancer thinks you shouldn't. Cancer thinks you shouldn't call the Aries element. Scorpio thinks you leave Sag. Scorpio thinks you should leave Sag alone. It depends on what's going on there. Leave Sag or the water sign, both of those elements, both Aries and Sag, the water signs think you should leave alone. But I need my stuff. So you may want to leave them alone, but you need your things. So they could have taken your things against your will, or they could have taken your things against your will. But I feel like you're more aware of that. I feel like you're more aware of that they have your stuff. I feel like you're more aware that they have your things. Okay, or it's theirs. They trust you. You have theirs. They trust you. Vice versa. But the water sign have a different side. They see a different side to the water signs see a different side to the situation that you may not see, and that could be why the temperance energy is there. Your future has the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Destiny card. The instincts has the Taurus/Aries element. Aries, I did say Aries element, both male and female don't know what they're doing. Both male and female Aries elements don't know what they're doing. So if it's not Aries element, it could, if it's not only Aries on this card, then it could be a Taurus. But I like them. So you may like a Taurus, it just depends, but helps Aries. So you like a Taurus, but they help Aries and Sag elements, or just the Aries element with their things. The Taurus helps the Taurus, or an external Aries helps an Aries to their things. The Taurus helps the Aries singular by themselves to with an Aries elements things, but they hold the Aries elements things for them. Or the Sag, just the Aries element. Just depends on what. But why do they keep asking them? So I'm looking at them. Why do they keep asking them that? Or why do they keep asking them to hold privacy or secrecy? Why do they keep instilling? Why do the Sag and the Aries keep instilling something privately that they're doing to this person, but they're younger than? So when I said that this energy is younger than, like the spirit emphasizing that the Taurus is younger than. The spirit emphasizing that won't really care, won't care, or it has something to do. The spirit emphasizing that this element is younger. The younger they're older or the same age, it could be young in mind. They could be somebody could be in the same age group, but they could be young in mind. They could be in the same age group as people here, but they could however you want to use younger than, young in mind, young literally physically, or literally younger than. It just depends on what's going on. But also the reason the spirit emphasized that in the Aries and the Sag, instilling something privately that they're doing with this person has something to do with their affiliations. That could also be another reason why they leave things. That could also be another reason why they instill something that they're doing secretively to this person, because they may not be who they're affiliated with may not be who they're affiliated with, may have no connection to who the Aries and the Sag are dealing with, but they think so. So when I say that could be that immature thought. That could be an immature thought that a Sag and Aries has about this person, or something could be immature. That's why I said young in mind. They could be immature, and that could be why they leave things with this person, because at the same time. That's the spirit emphasized at the same time. It's an immature thought for a Sag and Aries to. It's an immature thought for a Sag and Aries to think that way about this person, but they're affiliated. So they are affiliated to that can track you down. They are affiliated to someone or somebody's that can track the Aries and the Sag down. But they're silly. So when I said that the Aries is silly, the Sag is silly. Instilling something in Taurus and external Aries male elements there. instilling something in there. And the way they talk up young in mind, the way they talk about them behind the scenes, they could be cracking jokes and saying that someone is young in mind, they're immature, and they're instilling secrecy in them, and they're looking really crazy because they're saying all those things and laughing about those things. This is like a situation here where these two elements, the Aries and the Sag, laughing about, they're walking around. We can leave we can tell whatever, we could tell this person whatever. They're not going to say anything. They're not going to go to authorities. They're not affiliate. They don't have an elite connection. They're not going to do anything there. That's an immature thought that those elements have. There's an immature thought. There's an immature thinking that those elements have with this person. That's a very immature thought because it's immature. They're laughing, and they're saying this, that, and the third, but they don't realize that this energy is affiliated to someone that works in law enforcement. Their friend knows a police officer. Their friend knows a police officer. Their friend knows a private investigator. Their friend is a private investigator. Or they may work, but they're immature. They may work with someone that does that line of work. But the spirit is like they are mature. But the Sag and the Aries element thinks that they're fooling them. Sag and the Aries thinks they're fooling them, or they may have deemed this element to be easy. On face value, like on the surface, they were dealing with this person. They were deeming them to be easy with how they share things and talk about things to them. Don't know their affiliations. They don't know their affiliations, who they're affiliated to. But do research. I'm looking at the Sag, and you're like, why didn't they just do research on them, or research on them, period, them by themselves, or who they talk to, or who they go to school with. Also, it has something to do with who the Taurus elements or Aries, who the Taurus/Aries element goes to school with, or who they work with. It just depends on what's going on. However they were deeming, this is like somebody's looking at someone, thinks they can fool them. They're just judging someone how they look on the outside, but they don't know, like behind closed doors, they don't know how Taurus/external Aries element is. I feel like it's an Aries female and a Sag male that's doing something interesting, or it's a young. I keep feeling younger. It's an Aries male/Taurus male that's younger, or something's going on with immaturity. Or that's what those elements think about them. They could be a part of a business deal. I keep feeling young in mind. They could be a part of a business deal with an Aries and a Sag, but somebody deems them to be young in mind, like immature, like something's going on with their awareness. Something's going on with their awareness of, like, their awareness, like what do you call it? Being like financially literate, being financially what do you call that? Being financially literate. Educated on politics and things that they are or they are not, or they just know, or they have that kind of connection, and those elements think that they don't. It depends on, but why are they doing that to them, or why are they treating them in that? Why have them involved if they have that kind of thinking with them? If they have that kind of thinking with them, Oh. It depends on what's going on. That could be why they leave things with you and tell you certain things, but they may limit what they share with this. Now they're gonna have to. They may limit now. That may not have been something that they were doing before, but now they feel the need to limit what they share with this person because they misjudge. It has something to do with a misjudgment with them. They misjudge them. Okay. Their capabilities, their abilities, what they know, what they don't know. Maturity, immaturity, immature thoughts. Sag and Aries. The Sag and Aries, they have their immature thinking and the business deal that they have going on here. The accomplishment has the Ace of Pentacles right next to the Magician card. All right, but I'm going to have to look for work. So the Magician card is right next to the Ace of Pentacles. These aces, these ones, there's a lot of ones going on here. Ones, it makes me think about a strip club. Somebody could be going to a strip club here, or I don't know why I felt the need to say that. The ace, that could be what's happening here. Or that could be something that I see what's going on here. That could be Aries and Sag. That could be something that they do. That could be ventures. That could be a spot that they hit up. Like they may take business travels, but they may also hit up strip clubs at Atlanta. They may also hit up strip clubs and bars and clubs, regular clubs and lounges. They may hit up those locations while they're in Atlanta. Spirit said Atlanta, that they may hit up those places in Atlanta. or whatever area of Georgia that they're in, that would be an attraction. It just depends on what's going on. Whatever it is, I mean, the spirit said Atlanta. It could be LA. Clubs and private VIP entrances and VIP situations that this energy feels extracted from. So when I ran through all those examples, the Taurus/Aries element, they feel extracted from that. They feel really ostracized from those kind of invites and things of that nature. That could be a feeling that they have going on with them. You know what I mean? That could be a feeling that they have, but feels used. When I said that they may feel used, or the feeling used could be how their business partners feel about them. The feeling used could be they could be finding out how their business partners feel about them. But the only reason why they talk to you, the only reason why that is because they talk to you. Or it could be something that the water sign energies share with you, that the Sag and the Aries said about the Taurus/Aries element. A separate Aries element and a Taurus element there. But I keep feeling young. It has something heavily to do with the fact that they're young. Somebody is young about them. You, in addition to the Sag, external Sag and Aries element, could be older. Like, I'll give you an example. You could be in your 30s. An external Aries and Taurus element could be in their 20s. Somebody could be in their 40s here. These elements could be in their 20s, early 20s, mid what you call it, late 20s and things of that nature. There could be the Sag and the Aries could be a little older than them, or they could be in the same age group as this person, deeming to be younger for some reason. Something is younger, like it could be the way they act or how they talk. It could be the way they act, how they talk. As simple as that. They don't have to be literally younger than them. Spirit keeps saying younger. The Spirit keeps saying younger with them all the time. Younger, someone's young, or immature, but they're really not. But they're really not. But deceiving them. But they're really not. So the Taurus/Aries element external could be deceiving the Aries and the Sag element. And that could be why water signs think they're silly. That could be why those elements think the water sign energies are silly. Hence the reason for the immature thinking. But I was also getting the Ace of Pentacles. I keep feeling this feeling of a new job. This could be the accomplishment right next to the Magician. Mason, like something's going on with Masons, and somebody that you're meeting in your job could be a Mason. And that could be the way they talk. This could be someone could be talking about masonry, but someone could be talking about masonry, but they're not a Mason. Or they're not very educated. They're initiations. They're not very educated on how initiations are supposed to go, but they are talking about it. It just depends on what's going on. Or it could be that could be the energy coming off of them. That could be the energy coming off of the Taurus/external Aries element, or the spirit emphasizing young Mason. The spirit emphasizing the young is that they could be a young Mason. They could be a younger Mason. They could be a younger Mason. Someone could be they're just younger, but they could be a younger they could be a younger Mason that's immature. They could be a younger Mason that's mature, and somebody doesn't see something there. Somebody's immature. Somebody's elements immature thinking could be factual. It is or it is not. It just depends on what's going on with the Ace of Pentacles energy there. So if it's not anything like that, then it's just a job that you're getting. And you could be that element thinks they know what they think they know what they're talking about. They know what they're talking about, but they're young. But someone is young. They're young. You know what I mean? This is like, I'll give you a perfect example. This is like this is like, for example, getting like wearing, what do you call those things? What do you call a talisman? This is like being given but not educated. This is like being given a talisman, but not being educated on educated on why the talisman is even being given, or the level of masonry that someone needs to be at in order to receive a talisman. But they know that. So when I said that this element knows that, or they know little of that. That's why hence the reason for the judgment. That's why the temperance energy is there. Hence the reason for the judgment or the wrongful judgment on them. It just depends on what's going on with them receiving a talisman, not receiving a talisman, or talking about masonry, not talking about masonry, being in it, not being educated on it. But while they think they know everything about it, that's why the Sag and Aries element deals with them like that. That's why they deal with them like that. business deals and lawyers and going to see lawyers and things of that nature, Mm. Political inaccuracies, whatever it is that's going on there. The spiritual self has the King of Cups right next to King of Cups energy is right next to the Temperance Scorpio male. This energy could be is a Scorpio male. Could also be that's a Mason. Scorpio water sign males, Cancerian male, they're Masons. I myself I myself worked in a job where I actually did work I in the past I did work with not an ex Mason, but a Mason. Like he was somewhat chauvinistic. When I went on that example, something made me chauvinistic about a Cancerian energy that whatever water sign male that they are Mason or they are a mate showing off. They're Mason, but they're showing off. That element is showing off there. You know what I mean? That's really interesting. Now I'm picking it up because I personally ran into that kind of situation as well with a water sign energy male that I worked with in the past that was a Mason, but they same kind of shit. That's why the temperance and they keep showing off. Temperance energy right next to them. They keep showing off. They keep showing off the talismans and the pendulums and the talking about whatever it is, the initiations but well versed. But they're showing off, but they're well versed in it. They're showing off, but they're well versed. This element may not be. This element, this element may be getting training. The Taurus element may be getting training from the water sign male. They could be in train. They could be boot camping. It's Mason boot camp that they're trying to do. It's a Masonry boot camp that those elements are doing with each other. But this element is well versed. Temperance right next to them. They're well versed though. They know they could be older than them on whatever level. They could be older than them, but they're well versed. They studied whatever it is that they needed to do. Can be etiquette and things of that nature that someone is really Aries is hell bent over. Etiquette and things of that nature. Aries is hell bent over. The Aries element is hell bent over. The Ace of Pentacles. These could be the Ace of Pentacles. A lot of heavy Mason stuff going on here. So the Pentacles energy could be the Pentacles. The reason why that's coming through so heavily is because either it's people that you're meeting in a new job. It has something to do with people that you're meeting. People that you're meeting in your job could be bringing that kind of energy into your space. You yourself may not have even known about those kind of things. But because of a job or because of people that you're meeting, people that you're meeting in your job, people that you're meeting in your job have that kind of situation, or they are in it, or they're just talking about it. That's why I'm picking it up, or you are that with these elements. That's why I'm picking it up so heavily here, or it has something to do with invitations and things that by Scorpio, invitations and things of that nature pertaining to that by Scorpio. By Cancerian male, whatever Pisces male, they're all Masons. All the water sign males are Masons. They're all Masons. You knew that? You didn't know that. This depends on what's going on. This energy talking about it, feeling extracted. They're talking about something that they're extracted from. They're talking about something that they're extracted from. But are they going to choose them? So when I said that, are they going to choose them? Are they going to choose them? Like, are they going to decide to go with them? Are they going to keep them in something? They keep talking about it. It's embarrassing. They keep talking about it and it's embarrassing for some reason because they're talking about something that it's just the way they're talking about it. It's like almost like it's a fad. Like it's like what do you call those things? Like it's trendy. It's not that kind of thing. Like they're talking about it like it's something like a trend, but it's not a trend. But annoying them. So when I said it, it's annoying a water sign male. It's annoying the water sign males. Because they're talking about something like it's a trend. If it's not masonry and things of that nature, then it's just a business deal. How they handle it, just how they handle a business deal. That's why I said this energy wanting them to stop or wanting the Aries and the Sag stop extracting them. The water sign males want Aries and the Sag to stop extracting them. Is this element extracting this? They help. This element helps the Taurus element. Cancer male helps Taurus. Scorpio male helps Taurus. Whatever. These water sign males, the Pisces, they help a Taurus understand. They help them understand how to roll in this business deal with Masons, how to get in it, how to be educated on it. It's not a trend, dude. It's not a trend. This is our governmental and societal structure that's been going on here for centuries. It's not a trend. Whatever it is that's going on here. This is how people are surviving. And that could be the kind of boot camp ideology that this element has going on with the Taurus element slash Aries, whatever. Interesting. Mentality has the Four of Cups, right? Water sign. So the Four of Cups energy with the Taurus slash Aries male, the Four of Cups lonely. The Four of Cups resides with them because they're lonely. Something could be lonely about them, or they have a lonely thought. Or it's emotional. It's Cups energy. They may feel lonely. They may feel lonely, but have a conversation with them. I'm looking at the King of Cups. You may need to have a conversation with them. Have a conversation with them about Aries and Sag elements, and how they treat Taurus male and Aries, external Aries male, how they treat those elements there. Have a conversation. You need to have a conversation with these water sign energies that are males. Have a conversation with them. Are they going to comply? That's why I said earlier on the reading, are they going to comply? Are they going to comply? But I also get partnership. So is this element going to comply with a partnership that you want to do with this person? I keep feeling young. Someone is young, however you want to use young. Spirit emphasizing young with them all the time. I don't know why, but someone is young about them. But you may want to work with them. But the water sign energies may need training. The water sign energies, it could just be a regular job that you're in where this element needs training. This element, long-standing coworker, they're a coworker. They've been somewhere longer than the Taurus has, but they may want to open up a business or do a business with you, and it's something could be going on with them with financial literacy and things of that nature. Economics need to study. That could be something that they didn't study, or that could be something that they're studying, business and things of that nature, how to run and whatever it is. You may want to work with them. And the boot camp analogy with the Ace of Pentacles and Magician, getting this person want to hire, getting this element to want to hire a Taurus. Just getting them. That's why the Temperance is right next to them. Getting a King of Cups to just want them to hire them. I sign them also, trying to get them to sign this person, like sign them like a contract, give them a contract and things of that nature. But all that behind the scenes of that is masonry, some part of it, or some mysticism. That's why I said that with the Magician energy there, mysticism like things with people joining businesses and things of that nature. Giving them contracts, signing them onto labels and things of that nature. Giving them give them the pen and let them sign the contract. They're not that young. It's okay. Like they will be trained. They will go through the whatever boot camp they need to go through. Work. It could just be a regular training in a job that somebody needs training. It just depends on what's going on there. They will get better. They will understand. They will learn. Something's tough. I'm looking at King of Cups. Something is tough to deal with them for some reason. They're tough. But follow Aries and Sag orders. I'm looking at the King of Cups. They follow Aries and the Sag orders. That could them following their orders could be the reason into why they treat Taurus the way they do. Because they too also follow their orders. For whatever reason, someone is like from the beginning all the way up to this point, what I said that I'm not repeating, from the beginning all the way up to this point that I said, or it's a job, or it's a job. Following boss, they could just be another coworker, in a workplace. Aries and Sag could be supervisors and bosses of some kind that are going away on business trips, and this could be a law office that this is happening in. This could be a doctor's office this is happening in. Whatever setting is, what's another situation? A regular office, like a regular workplace or office. Those libraries that people work for and things of that nature. Those regular office jobs, schools, whatever it is. That somebody just needs to go through the hoops with this person for, or it's you coworker. It's you. This energy could also be a coworker. They're not a love partner or some other kind of business partner. They're a coworker as well, and you're dealing with them all the time, and they want to hire. They may want to hire them. You trying to get them to hire them? Four of Cups energy, the Four of Cups and the mentality with the Taurus / Aries male hiding. The Four of Cups with them is that they're hiding, or that could be something that they keep doing. That could be something that they're doing for some. I was getting embarrassment earlier on in the reading. They could be embarrassed, work ethic, or their knowledge of something, little to none of it, or whatever, or maturity, immaturity. But somebody made some type of commentary behind the scenes that brought out the embarrassment. Somebody made some type of commentary behind the scenes that brought out their embarrassment. Four of Cups. Mm. What the hell? Queen of Cups energy, I'm getting tired. Queen of Cups energy is in a changing position with water sign females. You know? They could also be Freemasons as well, or it's just a regular job that you're in with these elements, but they're leaving. A regular job that you're in with these elements, they're leaving. A business deal with this, they can't deal. A business deal that you're in with them, and Aries and Sag and Pisces and Cancer and Scorpio males and Taurus males and Aries males external, all these elements, private business deal, they're all a part of a private business deal, but they want to leave not getting paid. They want to leave because they feel like they're not getting paid, or they feel losing money. They feel like they're losing money. Ace of Pentacles could be offering them something. Ace of Pentacles next to the Magician, you may be trying to figure out a way to offer them something. You could be figuring out a way to offer them a deal. What are they going to take? Offering them a deal, are they going to take it? You know, but they want to leave because something's coming out. They want to leave. Something's coming out. They're scared. They're trying to disappear. Aries and Sag, they're trying to disappear from those elements. They're trying to disappear from those elements. The water sign male. That's why I said the water signs. The way the water sign energies are acting with the fire sign, male and female energies that are external, but they run something. They run something, but the way they run something is starting to irritate the Queen of Cups, and the water sign males. Mm. And the water sign males there. That could be why that leave. Someone also, they could be disappearing without a trace. They could be leaving from storming out. They could be storming out from a business deal, a workplace, whatever the setting is, a Masonic lodge, whatever it is that they're storming out of, business deals and businesses and whatever it is that they're storming out from for whatever reason, a regular job that they're in. And pay and not getting paid. Aries isn't giving them anything. The Aries isn't giving them anything. Aries male, female may not be giving them anything, you know? Mm. And the immature feeling could be how external Aries male, that's why I said young, how an external handles them, how an external Aries male handles them. Cancer female, Pisces female, whatever water sign female, what do you call it? Males and things of that nature. The Aries, the Sag elements and the Aries elements that are male and female, they don't handle them properly for some reason. The Aries male doesn't talk to them properly. Aries male doesn't talk to this element properly. They don't talk to them properly. They don't talk to them well. And deep down inside, this element may have a remorse for a Taurus. It just depends on what's going on. Because the Taurus may deal toxic Aries. They deal with a toxic Aries element, male and female. The Taurus deals with toxic Aries elements there, but she makes me that way. So that could be their voice. She makes me that way. That she makes me that way. She makes me that way. The acceptance, the fake acceptance, the money, the bribes, the feeling extracted, and we being well versed in something, not being well versed in something. But Aries keeps talking about. So the Aries keeps talking about that, and that could be why the same thing could have happened to the water sign female. The same thing that happened to the Taurus could happen to the water sign female. The Aries male could have same things that happened to them. The Aries male that's happening to an external Aries male the reason for that is because of an external Sag and Aries, the way they treat an Aries male, the way those elements treat an Aries male, and that could be why chain reaction. That could be why Aries male is treating this person interestingly, but they're leaving. So and they're aware and they're leaving. Pisces female leaving. They may be leaving from that. Pisces, Cancerian female, Scorpio female, but should leave. When I ran through the water sign females, they should leave. They should leave. You may want that could just be a thought you have to safeguard them. They don't necessarily need to, but they want to. But that could be a thought. If they do leave, that it would be good. If they leave, it would just be good because if they're sad. They're sad about something. They're just sad, and something is depressing them about the way something is moving here in their business, or the kind of move a Sag and an Aries element external are making. Could be what a move of Taurus is making. but don't like them. Taurus may not like them, but they may feel at the same, they may not like them. They like them and I don't like them, but at the same time they may not know how the element feels about them, and that could be why they're safeguarding them, but don't need to. They don't need to do that for them. They don't need to do that for them. Mm. They don't need to. You know. The resolution has the Empress. This is your Aries slash Libra female. So there's a Libra female. There's an Aries female. I did say Aries female going towards, but she needs to leave. Aries female, Libra female needs to leave, going towards the Wheel of Fortune energy there. But she's not going to. That they need one of those elements need to leave, but they're not going to. It just depends on what's going on. They need to, but they could be, like I said, supervisor. They could also be a supervisor. They could also be a supervisor that talks about elements really interestingly behind the scenes. It just depends on what's going on. They could be a supervisor of some kind, or they could also house. They could also be someone that lives in a house. This could be happening in a family and in home businesses and offices and workplaces. With this element being a boss or supervisor or somebody's mom, Empress energy. This could be happening in a family environment there. This could be happening, but it could be, but it's giving me heavy business, which all is giving me heavy business vibes, which implies that a family does run a business. This could be a family business that people are talking down on people. This could be a family business where certain people are talking down on other people in a family, because the reason for that. The reason, if it's a family business, if it's a family and it's a family business, the reason for that is because some family members are Masons and some are not, but they still work. It's still a business. But some people in a family, are I get scared of something. Also, some people in the family may be scared of something going on with masonry and things of that nature. Somebody in a family may be scared of that for some reason, or they're not well versed in it, or whatever, or they don't understand. It just depends on what's going on. This could be certain family members in the 90s. Certain family members in the 90s may have been initiated into masonry, or some family members were initiated by in birth, and they don't know. Some family members were initiated by birth and they don't know. If it's a family business, or there are Masons in the family, and they do run a business, but some family members, that's why I said extracted. Some family members are extracted, but it's just who they are. So some family members, some coworkers, they're just extracted. It's just who they are energetically. It could be something going on with someone energetically, and them being into the reason into why they're initiated or not initiated. Something's going on with their sign. Something's just going on with their sign. Something's going on with the sign and energetically, and with that, something's going on with the sign. Oh, I see what's going on here. When the spirit said energetically, it's not working. When I said something with the spirit and energetically, and it has something to do with the sign and being initiated or not being initiated, it has something to do with it. It has something to do. It's mystical, yes, but it has something to do with works with Taurus. It has something to do whether it literally works with someone or not. Like it's metaphysical that it's some type of it's metaphysical into some type of initiation working or not. This is really interesting. This is like a family. I'm gonna give you a pure example here. This is like a family. I'll go with a family example first. This is like a family business, but they're extracted. But it's like this is like a family business where the people in the family that run the business could have been blessed into masonry. Could have been blessed into masonry at birth, or later on. But it works for them. So being blessed into masonry at birth, like during a baptism, being blessed into it at birth, or later, or doing it or getting initiated later on in life, it didn't work for them. So when I said it didn't work for someone. Like, it's supposed to work for someone, but who baptized them? So when I said it was supposed to work on someone, who baptized this element. Like something about a baptism. It was something about somebody getting the baptism. It was like a Masonic baptism that somebody was supposed to have there, but it may not their life path. It didn't work on them. It's something that's odd with their life path. Like this is like they're supposed to be successful, or they're supposed to be successful or something, but they may not be successful. But it has something may have went wrong with initiation, or something may have went wrong with it. Something may have went wrong with their initiation, or it has something to do with the person that was doing it for them. It could have something to do. You have to be careful. It could have something to do with the person that was doing it for them. That the person that is doing the person that does the baptism during birth. It's important. It's important. It doesn't even necessarily have to be masonry. It could just be a regular baptism. Who baptized them? It could just be a regular baptism. Like, who baptized somebody here? And but the spirit emphasizing that their life path, it has something to do with their successes in life, or the path they go down in life. Someone could have been blessed in, but it's not working. Someone could have been blessed into masonry at birth, but it's not working. They could have got it. They could have done it later on in life, still not working. They could have got it not meant for them. That's why. So they could have got it done later on in life, but it's still not working for them. It's not meant for them. That's why the Four of Cups energy is there. Are you trying to do something like that? Is it working for you? Not working for you? But it has something to do with successes, staying in something. It has to do with success and immortality, and staying in something, and having a family business running for years and making money and flourishing, but keeps stopping. So is that happening too? It keeps stopping. It keeps stopping, or it keeps stopping with them. If it's not anything like that, then if it's that, how you gain your success and things that tired of something could be something like I just gave just now. Something could be going on sporadic with successes and things that you have going on, but it has something to do. It has something to do with who baptized you. It has a regular baptism. It has something to do with what do you call it? It has something to do with like being baptized or blessed into masonry at birth or later on in life. It has something to do with that, and successes and maintaining success. I keep getting this feeling of not working. When I said something isn't something that someone is doing and it's not working, and it's not working. It has something to do for one of a couple of different things here. It has something not being blessed into masonry. The spirit shot that out of my mouth before I can even say anything. It has something to do one with not being blessed into masonry at birth. That has something to do with realizing that and trying to get it done later on in life, and it's still not working. It's somebody's coming to realization that it's not meant for them, or someone just, if it's not masonry, that it's just who baptized somebody. It's just who baptized somebody. So be careful of who children and who gets baptized. Be careful who. That's why I said that's why the question was coming through so heavily. Taurus? Who baptized the Taurus? Who baptized them? Who baptized them? Who initiated them? And this could be a situation. They could already be in masonry, but somebody that was responsible in vacations and things of that nature. Somebody that was responsible for doing that messed up something there for some reason. They messed. I don't know how it goes, but somebody messed up something there. And if somebody doesn't know how it goes, something, if it works for someone, if it works for elements here in the family, and they don't know how it goes, they already experienced it at birth, or like right after they were born. They already experienced it. So that could be why certain family members don't know how it goes. That could be why certain family members don't know how it goes. They don't know how it goes. But this fully aware, this Taurus element / Aries male is fully aware. Like, they're fully aware of it. But something is happening with them, where someone that initiated them, someone that baptized them, something went wrong with it. Something went wrong with some element with that happening with them. Something happened there that was wrong. All right. Because it has something to do with their life path, what they're doing now. It has something to do with their life path and what they're doing now, what job they're in now, whether they have a job or not. Somebody may have to. This could be a situation where you may have been initiated at birth. You may have been initiated at birth, and things may flow perfectly for you through life with no flaw. Somebody may be interested, but it has something to do with either a regular baptism or a masonry initiation. Went wrong, didn't go wrong. But it has something to do with maintaining success and immortality with businesses and success there. Something they could have had that done. And someone's got their finances. That's why I said what they're doing. It has something to do with what they're doing now. What kind of job they do now. Or just their life path. What they're doing now. Are they selling drugs? I don't know. Whatever it is that somebody has going on. Who baptized somebody? Who initiated somebody? At birth, not at birth. Trying to get it done later on in life. Working, not working. It depends on what's going on there. And it could be related. It's heavy heavy going on in here, but it just could be a regular job. Who trains someone? Someone could just be who trains somebody. What type of training do they get? Is how they operate may be perfect. Something may be flawless about somebody's work, Masons. Something may be flawless about somebody's work here, but it has something to do with being blessed into masonry at birth, not at birth. Later on in life, not later on in life. But it's a masonry baptism. It's a masonry baptism. It's a masonry baptism that somebody, only certain family members know. Only certain family members know. Only some business partners know. Or these are all business partners that are in something. And like I said earlier on, reading and being educated and politics and financial literacy and whatever, and knowing it, not knowing it. But it's something that's serious about baptisms and initiations and information, like from the beginning, and regular jobs and who trains someone. They're really good. Their work is flawless. Their work is flawless. I want to know who baptized them. Their life path is perfect. Their perfect life path. Who baptized them? That could be a question. That could be a question that someone has for you directly. Who baptized you? Who did something? Whatever's going on with you that's interesting. It has something to do with who baptized you. You could be trying to look. You yourself could be trying to look for that exact person. The person that baptized, however old you are, the person that baptized you may not even be living. Damn. And when I say I get damn, you may be looking for that person. They may be looking for that person. So either it's a good reason or a bad reason that somebody's trying to hunt down someone that initiated them. It's a good reason or a bad reason that someone's trying to hunt down someone that baptized them. It just depends on what's happening there. Or someone somebody could be bitching out on someone that trained them, giving them bad training. Training wasn't good. Whatever it is. Jobs, regular job, Mason, being born into it, blessed into it. This depends on what's happening. Intellectual, not intellectual. Whatever. It has something to do with a baptism. Some type of baptism. So I just run through it one more time. It's long enough. This is like Mason family. The spirit is like these are Masons in a family. Some are, some aren't. Some are what's another? Some were blessed in at birth. They don't even know, and something's happening there, or somebody's trying to do that later on in life, and it's working. It's not working. Or someone could have had that kind of blessing at birth, and life path is strange. Someone could have that kind of blessing at birth, but someone's interested about somebody's life path or something, and they feel like they need to go like redoing vows. Somebody may need to get that redone. Whatever, like add fuel. This is like the car. The car is full of gas. You're getting initiated at birth. The car is full of gas, and somehow you hit in 30, and the gas tank is empty. You need to go get I don't know if you get reinitiated or get some type of whatever, freshen up that situation there. But finances. So when I said it has heavily to do with family finances, your finances, theirs, these elements, their finances here. Some elements want to leave. Some elements want to leave. Water sign energies I keep feeling don't like Aries. However, they don't like them. What they don't like an Aries. This element could be an Aries male. That the energy someone going around with their life path and things of that nature. This could be an Aries male. These energies that are water signs, I keep feeling drawn back to a baptism. One of them could be responsible for that. One of these elements could know something, or one of these elements could know something about who baptized them. If it's the Aries male, Taurus male. So one of these elements did research. These water sign male and female energies. They did research on them, or who baptized them, or they did that on themselves. They could have done, or you yourself could be doing these elements, but it has something to do with the work that they do now. The work that they do now, their life path. Or one of these elements know who baptized an Aries / Taurus element there. But the spirit emphasizing it, someone's that's interested in that's going on in their life path. But they know who's responsible for it. They know who trained them. They know who was hired to work with them in a business as a business partner. Or it's a that's why I said priests. I was getting that from the beginning. That's why I said priests and what do you call it? Priests and pastors doing blessings and those kind of things around certain people here. Priests and pastors, but some went wrong. When I said priests and pastors and blessings, someone went interested in there for some reason. Someone went really interested in there. This could be a church setting. This could be happening in a church setting, you know? It could be happening in a church setting, a black church that with Masons. This could be happening there. And children, whatever kind of church, and children and being blessed and baptisms and things of that nature. Baptisms and whatever, you know? All right, let's see. And that could be everybody. It could be a family environment. People are family is going to church for whatever reason. Family is going to church. You know, it could be a wedding or something, some type of major event. Somebody could be getting married or something here. But people are having these kind of conversations in the church. This could be conversations people are having in the church about certain family members and at dinners. You know, it could be funerals and things of that nature that people are having these kind of conversations, you know, or a wake. This could be happening at a wake or in whatever the setting is, a wake, a business, what do you call it, an office and things of that nature. Whatever the setting is, with trainees, whatever the setting is here is going on. Something's trainee like. Something going on with trainees or a trainee. All right, let's see what the outcome is here, Leo. Double Gemini energy. All right, I never had Gemini energy. I felt Gemini. I felt like Gemini was lingering in this reading somewhere. The Lovers energy, but they're not. The Lovers energy, they're not. They're not being trained. They're not initiated. They weren't initiated. They're not something. They're not educated on something. Whatever it is, it's a Gemini energy, male or female. They're not. The spirit said they're not. They may not have been baptized. You know, that could be a situation. However you want, whatever it is, the spirit didn't even finish it. They're not something. They're not. You know, it's a Gemini. They're not something. They were not initiated. They were not trained. They were not baptized. They were not something. They were not. So it could be some and a Taurus. It could be something that's happening with them in a Taurus male energy. It could be something that's going on with them. They could also be female that wasn't baptized. They could also be a Gemini female that wasn't baptized. Someone was, or they weren't initiated in some type of situation here, or they weren't trained. Someone may just know. That's why I said earlier on in the reading. Someone may just know how to do something with ease. It could be them, but they may not have been trained, you know, but it has something to do with how they were baptized. A blessing. It has something to do with a blessing that was put upon them, or a baptism, or a regular baptism, or an initiation. But I was also getting that they're not. So the spirit emphasizing that they're not. Someone may think that this element is a Mason, like someone may think so, or some element here, like the Taurus. Somebody's idea of success, somebody's idea that they have to be initiated into something in order to be successful in something, but that's not true. And that could be something the Gemini energy is trying to set multiple people. That could be something that the Gemini energy is trying to explain to multiple people here. That could be something. That could be something that you just know that could be something that they know. That could be something that you know that they know. You know that because of them. You know, that's why I said they're not. But people may think so. That's why I said immature thinking that this element has, and this element agreeing and not agreeing. You know, you don't need to be initiated to be smart. You don't need to be in somebody has a very small minded. Somebody has a very small minded or immature. So I was getting the Sag and the Aries element from the beginning. So this could be the Aries by themselves here. Sag. Somebody has an immature thought about initiations and blessings and things of that nature, and just being you, just living your life by way of destiny here. You know. You don't have to be initiated to be intellectual, whatever. You don't have to have. You don't even have to be baptized in order to be protected by something, situation, whatever. And that could be something they keep explaining. That could be something that Gemini energy keeps explaining to people here. You know. They're not. Whatever it is that I gave earlier on, something pick out a situation there. Whatever it is that's going on, they're not it. You know, like I try to see whichever one there, but whatever it is that they're not, that somebody thinks they are something. Mason, not a Mason. They were baptized. They weren't baptized. Whatever. They're not something. You know. Or the they're not could the immature thinking and things of that nature could be coming from this energy, or it is or it is not. They're not well versed. They're well versed. They're not well versed. Whatever it is. Okay. All right, Leo. Let me know how it resonates. Be well. Take care. Bye.